Yeah, there are so many things on my mind that I want to talk about. One of them is, first of all, yesterday marks the 51 years end of the war, Biafra War, and the Nigerian Civil War. And yeah, Nigeria commemorates the Armed Forces Day on the 15th of January, which was also yesterday. And yeah, I wanted to talk about both of them at the same time because, the strife that is going on right now in Nigeria to that regard, and also because of the pigeons that refuse to fly. So, as you all know, the pigeons refuse to fly. When the president of Nigeria was trying to put out the, pigeons, they refused to fly, and also some state governors try to put out the pigeons. Normally, it's a symbolic thing they do. They release the pigeons so that they can fly, and this ones they refuse to fly. So you're welcome to my channel. My name is Blessing, and don't forget to hit the like button and also comment as you see fit. I like to have an interactive session. What I want to say about the end of the Biafran War, it's been the 51 years end of the Biafran War, and somehow I feel that we have not learned the lessons that we're supposed to learn from that war, because, for example, from the Southeasterners, there is nothing that has changed from the position we are in that time that can give us the guarantee that we are going to have another war that will come out in our favor, because yeah, everything still stands for a united Nigeria, and there is no world power that is supporting any kind of division of Nigeria. And at the time of the Biafran War, there was a lot of brutality that happened, and there has not been any reconciliation, any real reconciliation. So it will be interesting or good for the Nigerian government as a whole to go in that step and do a real reconciliation, because a real reconciliation is what is failing. And the 3 R's that they asked, that they promised that they are going to do: reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. They didn't do what they promised to do, and this is also fueling all these grievances. So on both sides, the Biafrans and the Nigerians, they haven't learned the lessons from that war, and a repeat of that war is not what we need right now as people of African descent, and especially as Igbo people, that you don't want that level of carnage and destruction at this point in time. So I feel that it is a time again that Nigeria must remember its promises to the Eastern region, a time for them to reflect on that 3 R's: reconciliation, and a real reconciliation. I remember when we were very much younger, there was a panel that was set out, was called Uputa panel, and I think they talked about it, but I don't see that there has been any concerted effort to actually do this reconciliation and do this rehabilitation of the people that have suffered, and some kind of reparation for the people who suffered immensely, for the properties that were seized, in any way that Nigeria has to reintegrate the Southeasterners completely, without giving them any doubt, without exclusion of any form, exclusion from the federal apparatus, exclusion from where they want to belong to within Nigeria. Because at the same time, you cannot be telling somebody you can't leave Nigeria, and at the second time, you don't want to integrate them into the Nigerian system. So this is what is fueling all this strife, and Nigeria has not learned a lesson. Right now, we have another agitation and insurgency in the northeast, and a lot of people are losing their life because of that insurgency. And we also have insurgency that is going on in different parts of the country, like they call it banditry, whatever they call it, herdsmen, militia, whatever. And all these things is ravaging the country, and people are losing their life. And I think that the Nigerian government has not learned what it's supposed to do from that war. So I feel that this Armed Forces Remembrance Day, the 51st anniversary of Biafra, is another call to action for the people in government. You cannot continue like this. You cannot continue like this. The world is very precarious right now. We see what is going on in America of all places. So we see what is going on, the political turmoil that is going on in America. And you see, for example, in the European Union, you see what is also going on here in the European Union. The UK has pulled out, and there is a lot of problems because of the pandemic that is ongoing and the locked borders. I think that the people who are leading Nigeria, they really, 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 really need to learn from history, because when you don't learn from history, history will repeat itself. Regardless of the consequences, it's going to repeat itself. And for the people of the Southeast, I like to say that as far as I am concerned, there is no need for another war at this time. And there is no reason. The reason you are fighting Nigeria is because you want a better life. And I put it forward that better life, you can still get it in Nigeria if the people in charge of the South is do what they are supposed to do. If the people in the South is who get their locations, do the work of governors, do the work of councillors, do the work of senators, do their constituency project, you will also have a good life. Because when you are talking about a new country, it's not like an apartment where you're gonna turn your key and you just pull out, everything is done, ready, just continue living. You are still going to build it. And that building can also be done in Nigeria. There's no need to splinter and say and be confined in a small space, and then you will have to take visa to go to Lagos. You have to take visa to go to Kano. You have to take, I mean, there is no need for that. You can have a better life in Nigeria. And in fact, not just the Southeasterners, every part of Nigeria. If only the individual governors would deliver, you have a better option available to you in Nigeria. And my eyes has been open to these possibilities because, for example, if you see what is happening in Ghana, a lot of our people are there. They are stranded in Ghana. They are having problems there. And they are asking the federal government to come and evacuate them. And you look at the distance from Ghana to Nigeria, it is not much. It is not much, you see. So there is no need for you to be. What is going on is politicians looking for a stake in politics. What is going on is people wanting to be part of the ruling elite. It's not that they want to give you a better life. They don't want to give you a better life. They want to have power, political power. And there is nothing guaranteeing that political power, when they have it, that you are going to have a better life. Because if you want to have a better life, you can have that better life now. For example, there's nothing stopping you from having a good road now in Nigeria. For example, the state governors, they can do the road. The senators, they can do the roads in their constituencies. The House of Rep members, they can do the roads in their constituencies. They can build the schools. The councillors, the local government chairman or caretaker, they can do the schools, repair the schools in their local government. For now, there's no need for any bloodshed of any form in Nigeria or even anywhere else. And I know that a lot of people are boiling and saying, so you don't want us to do anything because you think you are doing anything now. Anything you are doing is like you are inviting harm upon yourself. If you even leave Nigeria, there's still going to be that divisions within you. There's going to be that divisions. For example, even today, the people of Aguleri and Umuleri in Anambra State, they are fighting each other, throwing stones at each other. Today, I can show you that video clip. Yeah, so there is nowhere human beings are gathered that you will not have that semblance of divisions. But it's just, when there is rule of law and people are able to get the things that they desire within that enclave. This is all that matters. This is people from see.
They're putting the samples down. So this is the situation now. I'm in the search of Aguleri police. They are putting lights there. You can see smoke coming out from one of Aguleri people's house there. Found out on the Aguleri.
So this is in Anambra State. They are fighting each other. Police have to come and settle the case.
To back because the situation is getting worse. You can see that they are all revising back to Aguleri side. They are all revising back to Aguleri side. Go the soldiers. They are revising back. They are revising back now. As you can see, they are revising back. They are revising back.
So this is Umuleri
The
and
situation at Caledonia Police.
Aguleri. They are two different communities in Anambra State, and they are having quarrel between each other. Two communities in Anambra State, they are fighting each other, and this is not the first time. They have a lot of life have been lost between these communities. The same thing, you have different communities, not only within Igbo land, in other regions of Nigeria. You always have these squabbles. I think it's a human thing, and at the end of the day, we need a government that can deliver, regardless of where it is. Good evening, my sister or brother. Good evening. Yeah. So I just want us to reassess what is this actually that is boiling everybody. What is boiling everybody is people want a good life. People want access to water, electricity, road. And yeah, some people say it has taken Nigeria 60 years, and Nigeria has not been able to give its citizens these things that we're talking about. But then when you splinter away from Nigeria, are you going to manufacture new human beings? Are you going to manufacture new rulers? Are you going to manufacture new character? It's still the same people that are in Nigeria now that are going to be in wherever you are going, whether it is Biafra, whether it is Oduduwa. Because we may have the illusion that we are going to rule it better. Thank you so much. We may have the mind that we are going to do it better when we are in Biafra, but we are not seeing any sign of it because it's still the same individual. And it's the same individual when they come to Europe, for example, they come to this Germany, they don't even function well too. They go back, they relapse to that character that they have. So if you look at it very well, you will see that it is not a matter of breaking apart and breaking apart. It's a matter of having the individuals that are willing, that are nationalists, that are going to be able to do what the people want, to give the people what they desire within Nigeria. And now Nigeria has the backing of the international bodies. So if you want to engage Nigeria right now, you are going to lose. There is nowhere you have federal might that anybody engages that federal might and wins. It doesn't happen. It has never happened. Take, for example, what is happening in Ethiopia. The Tigray Liberation Force, they thought they can conquer the federal military because they've been in power for many years, and they actually control the region. They have their own government because Ethiopia have something like a confederation. Every region governs itself. So in this part of Ethiopia, they went to take the federal what they call it, barracks that is within their region. And then the federal government, Abiy, sent the troops in, and since then there has been conflict. And they are crying and saying, UN, come and help us. And the UN is saying, we need a safe passage. We need a cessation to conflict, first of all, before we are able to come in. The UN cannot come in. UN is not going to come in. UN have peacekeeping force. UN don't have an army that is going to come and fight on your behalf. And the UN is actively telling them, we need a safe passage so that we can come and assess the situation. And this is the same thing that is going to happen. So you have to keep in mind that the Tigray region, they actually had power. They had military, they had guns, they had everything, but they were not able to withstand that federal force. It's the same thing that is going to happen to Nigeria. And if for example, you are thinking that maybe because the way Boko Haram is going, because of course we have seen that there's a lot of complicity, that is a fact, in the way Boko Haram is going to be handled, you're not going to see that kind of complicity when it comes to the Southeast. So I am asking everybody to calm down, and especially because The person that is actually wanting you to engage in this carnage and bring everything you have built to nothing is actually not there. He has nothing to lose. His family is not there. He has nothing to lose, and he wants you to destroy everything you have built. There is no profit in destruction, and it's so easy to destroy. So what am I saying? A lot of things are not going right. A lot of things are not going right. Some people think I'm insensitive because I live abroad. Why don't I go and I know it's that a lot of things are not going the way you want it, but even at that, a war situation is the worst thing that can happen to you. And especially at this time when there is a pandemic. And I feel that it is important whether the pigeons fly, for whatever reason the pigeons did not fly, it doesn't matter. What matters is that let everybody put it in their heart that no to any form of war. Because if war is happening in the southeast again, it is the southeasterners that are going to be feeling the brunt of that war. It is the southeasterners that carnage will be visited upon. The people in the southwest are not going to experience it. The life will be going on just like everything that is going on in the northeast is going on, and life is going on normal in other parts of Nigeria. Why would any sensible person want to invite something like that? There is no good thing that can come from that kind of destruction. And gathering a group of boys and poking into the eyes of the Nigerian military is not a good thing to do at this point in time. So this is my position, and I stand by it, and I know that there's mismanagement. For example, when you look at those pigeons, for example, the people in charge of those pigeons, they're supposed to take care of it. Thank you so much. We all need good governance, not separation, because we don't have any guarantee that where we are going to separate into, that we're going to have that good life. Take example, what has happened in Ethiopia and Eritrea. They have separated from Ethiopia, they have gone to Eritrea. Do we not see both loads of Eritreans trying to escape Eritrea? There is no peace still. The good life they thought they are going to have, they didn't have it. But the people who wanted political power have it. So the people want to be controlling politics and be in power and be in authority. They have it. But you, an ordinary person, you are not going to have that thing you think you are going to have. And if they want to demonstrate that they can provide it, then yes, because a lot of people give example with what has happened in Czech Republic and Slovakia, because they separated. But at the point they were separating, it was not a matter of giving us water, giving us light, giving us road. All those things were in place. So if if the politicians wants to really make a point that when Nigeria breaks apart, that life is going to be good for everybody in Nigeria, then they need to demonstrate it. Everything that we need to live a good life is supposed to start functioning right now. Only then you can say, okay, I want more political control. I want to have more control of my region. But saying that you want to separate because when you separate, you are going to have light. When you separate, you are going to have road. When you separate, you are going to have a good education. When you separate, you are going to have good health. It's a false narrative, because right now nothing is stopping them from providing that. They have the resources, they have the money, they get allocation. They are not old and they don't deliver. They take all the allocation as their private money, and there is nothing going to stop them from continuing in that way when they are even in another small area. I give you an example. The Ohaneze Ndigbo, they did an election. Ohaneze Ndigbo did election. Do you know that this election did not go free and fair? They were grumbling. The people whose candidate did not win, they were, aggrieved. And to the point that they were calling for Khan to come and conduct a fair election for them. And you begin to wonder, in Khan, you have everybody within Nigeria. So you would expect that since our people are crying, exclusion and mistreatment and being edged out of the politics, that if they conduct an election for themselves, that the election that they conduct for themselves will be fair among them, because it's them, nobody, no Hausa, no Yoruba, no any other person, it's them. But even at that, it didn't turn out well. They were not satisfied. They were not happy with the outcome. And they were actually thinking about bringing in CAN, the Christian Association of Nigeria, to come and conduct a credible election for them. And when you think about it, is it not antithetical, because at the end of the day, Khan is made up of everybody from the Nigerian society. Every ethnic nationality is represented in Khan. So it is a Khan, a body where every ethnic body is represented in Nigeria, that are going to give you a fair election, an election that you cannot conduct among yourself to be free and fair. You see, so at the end of the day, it's just because the politicians are not delivering. So we need to learn the lesson from that war. 51 years Biafra. We need to learn the lesson, both the Biafran side, both Nigerian side. Nigeria government, the people in charge of Nigeria, the cabal, the government, whatever they call themselves, they need to put a concerted effort at reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. They need to be serious about that reintegration, so that people, everybody will feel as part of Nigeria. And then our people from the southeast, they need to stop crying marginalization. How can a major ethnic group with millions, every day you are crying marginalization? You have the population, you have the landmass, you have the resources, you can create an enabling environment in your own region. Even if the federal government doesn't enable it, you can enable it for yourself and make it an enclave for your people. So I don't see this crying. Nobody takes anybody. Even a baby that cries too much, at some point the mother will neglect it, because this baby too they cry, and so they cry, it too they cry, and nobody will take the baby serious because it's always crying. Cry me a river, cry baby, cry me some more. The evil, we need to stop all this crying and do what we want to do for ourselves. I just wish that the political elites will rise up to their occasion and stop all these grievances that is fueling this agitation and making life this difficult for our people. Right now, this Biafra call for Biafra is a distraction, because all since 1999, imagine, since Nigeria went back into 1999 democratic time, the Igbo people have was rekeken with Biafra. It has been a distraction. Why they are crying Biafra? All the governors are pocketing all the money for the region. They are crying Biafra. All the senators are pocketing all the constituency project money in their pocket. And people are even crying more because they don't even see them as the problem. They are your own people that have been elected from your region. And now the excuse they give me, they say that they are stooge. They are stooge. Okay, they are stooge. And so what? Do you know the people in the north, whether they are also stooge? Whatever they are still our people. They are part of our people. Let them do for us what we need them to do for us, whether they are stooge or not. You see, this is supposed to be what we are saying, not making an excuse that because they are stooge. What and so what? And if we cannot correct what is wrong within our region, what makes us feel that we can go and take on the federal government and the federal military, with the police, with the military, with the air force, with the navy, with the infantry? What is giving us this mind that you can go and take up a whole Nigerian army? Nigerian army is the strongest army in sub-Saharan Africa, and you want to use a group of boys to go and face the Nigerian army? It's like giving your region away for another conflict, and you don't know how long it's going to take you to recover from it. So what am I saying? We need to learn from what has happened. We need to learn from what has happened. And Buhari administration should also learn. For example, the eagles are not flying. They have not been taken care of. They've been caged for too long. They have not been fed. It means the people who he's putting in places of work and responsibility, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. Because normally, before a day like this, the people in charge of that pigeon, they're supposed to go and open that place and make sure that the pigeons are fit and ready to fly. But you see that decadence in everything, because nobody is in charge. Nobody cares what the workers are doing. And you see what is going on in the military. There is no reappointment or appointing a new person, all those kind of a thing. So the whole thing is there for everybody to learn. Good day, my brother Jerome. Good evening. It's been a long time. Good evening. Yeah. So what am I saying? We don't need Biafra. What we need is good job, good homes, good life, education. You see, this is what people need, not Biafra. But people are being confused, and when they get Biafra, they are going to get good road, they are going to get education, they are going to get health care, they are going to get job. And they are not being asking, why don't we have it now? Why don't we have it now? Because when you have Biafra right now, the way our people are seeing it, is going to be another problem, because there are still a lot of divisions within Nigeria, within Igbo land. For example, most of you were not here. I'm going to show you this video. This is happening in Anambra State, a community. They are called Umuleri and Aguleri. They are fighting each other.
If you can see it, they are throwing stones to each other. They are trying to destroy things to each other. They are throwing stones to Aguleri people from where side. So the police, they are now running away. Go to the army, they are now running away. So if you can contact anybody to calm the situation down. But I'm reporting from Onitsha branch, Anya Aguleri. They are destroying their Aguleri signboards. You can see they are pulling down the signboards of Aguleri, which they put. They are putting the signposts down. So this is the situation now. I'm in the siege of Aguleri police. They are putting lights there. You can see smoke coming out from one of Aguleri people's house there. Found out on the Aguleri.
So, my people, this is between a community, two communities in Anambra. They are called Aguleri and Umuleri. They are fighting each other within Igbo land. Oh, really? I think Nigerian army is strong, but I don't know. I don't know about the whole of Africa. I mean, sub-Saharan African. When I say sub-Saharan African, I mean Black Africans. So what am I saying? You see this video I'm showing you guys now. It's a community within Anambra State. I've shown it before. I'm showing it again for emphasis because other people joined us now. So you see, those divisions are there. We just need good governance, government that will deliver to the people, government that will deliver. And we need to find out why they are not delivering now. Don't they have access to the money? Because if you want to go and start war now, I don't know. Do you think that the Southeasterners are going to be able to defeat the Nigerian army right now? Because this is another invitation to carnage, and I feel that there is no need for that. There is definitely no need for that, because what the people need is good health, good education, roads, amenities, and they can have it now. They can have it now. There is capacity for them to have it now. And if they're not having it now, there is no guarantee that even if they splinter into 1,000 group, they are going to have it. If you look at what is going on in South Sudan, they are still suffering. There are still inter fighting between the clans and the ethnic nations they are in. It's the same thing that we are seeing in Eritrea. You see, in spite of the fact that they have left this thing, yeah, I know, but still, we have to say it so that some people will begin to open their minds, hopefully, because sometimes keeping quiet, silence is also betrayal. When you are keeping quiet, you are also betraying your people. And do you know, right now they are actually doing house cleansing, taking out each other, taking out their own people's life. They are calling Fulani herdsmen, but they are the ones doing it to themselves. There have been a lot of revelations, and I do these videos on my YouTube, on my Facebook page, because I feel that there are more people from home who have access to my Facebook page, and they are able to watch the videos, because that's my target audience. So I do those videos on my Facebook page. If you want to follow the Igbo politics and Biafra story, you can follow me on my Blessedom page. I talk about all those things. I do live videos. And for example, yesterday I was talking about house cleansing that they are doing, because they are splintered, and some of them that are splintered are saying the truth of what they used to do. Do you know that they are even confessing that they bury people who never die, that they bury them when they still die? When dem dey alive, then they put them for ground, they bury them. And na the command where their oga give them, make dem dey bury people alive. And they never even start. They never even start anything. They don't. They do all these things just to put fear. I don't know what is going on. So as it is now, it is better and more useful to demand good governance. And if you think that you can go and fight Nigerian army and win the Nigerian army, then you must be in a position to fight the so-called stooge to deliver. Yes, because you don't know who is there in the Nigerian army. There are people from other ethnic group. It's very big. You don't know how it's working. But I believe in your local government, in your state, you have ability to see. You understand me? You have the ability to know and to see who they are, who is in charge, and you are able to talk with them and demand the accountability that you need. So right now, everybody is pumped up and hating. What I see in all this thing is hatred, and the feeling that Igbos have some kind of supreme trait. So you have Igbo supremacists, people who feel Igbos are supreme and they're supposed to be in government, they're supposed to take the leadership. This is what is going on. It's not necessarily that there is any interest to give good life, because at the end of the day, even with all the money that they have donated, they could have used it to do something or the other, to take care of the communities, to take care of the primary schools, to take care of the health, village health care centers, provide water, borehole. Like for example, there was this brother, Okulo. This brother, he went to a place in Anambra State, and it's incredible what he saw there. The water they were drinking in that place is unbelievable. I'm looking at if I can see it so that I can show you guys this video. See the water that the people are drinking.
Because she on the video,
See the water in this Anambra West. So I don't know why they have to drink this kind of water at this time. And in this place where this water is coming from, they have Stella Odua that is representing them in the Senate. They have somebody from exactly this place who is representing them in the House. But still, look at the state. So if they cannot give them this now, I don't know what guarantees that it's going to be different, because except you want to say that you want to create new humans, new Igbo people, new state of mind. I don't know. Because if the will and the desire is to give the people a better life, they will be able to give people a better life right now. Because especially in Anambra State, you have a lot of millionaires and billionaires. To the extent that when you even see somebody that is poor from Anambra State, you'll be looking at the person like, how fortunate, But the people that are billionaires and what millionaires, they are just that in their pocket. And the state representatives, they are not delivering to the people. So they are not delivering to the people now. And I believe that is how it's going to be, except there's a change of mindset. And you begin to see all these things. You begin to see the desire that they are actually giving to the people. They are actually giving dividends of governance to the people. And if they have done everything that is within their power, and maybe because there are lack of access to political control from the center is stopping them from certain other things, then only then can there be a discussion about maybe it's time for them to look for how to get more political control. But right now, if you want to say because of this political control, that when they get more political control, that you are going to have a better life, there is no truth in that. That is a lie. That is a lie. The example is there. When they give you example of Czech Republic and give you an example of Slovakia, they separated. But you will see in the history that, and in the story, because it's not been long, they all had everything. They had all these amenities. They had roads. They had water. They had basic amenities. They don't lack basic amenities. And we cannot say because of basic amenities that we want to go and start another war. Because first of all, the war will destroy everything for many years on end. And then, even then, many people will pass through this life, and they will never have any idea of what basic amenities is. So my thing is, it is better for us to build on what we have now and provide the social amenities. Don't get me wrong, the Igbos have really done well for themselves. They have rebuilt after the war, and they have really done well for themselves, for the region. And I think it will be a shame, it will be a shande, like the way Germans say it. It will be a total waste. It will be a total loss for them to allow all the gains of the 51 years to go to waste. But I believe it will be more profitable to build on all the gains that they have gotten through the years, build on it steadily, and try to build coalition with the Southwest, coalition with the Middle Belt. This is what we need. And you have to think about it. If the Southeast are saying Fulani is their problem, and the Southwest is saying Fulani is their problem, you're going to look at it and wonder, okay, this Southeast and Southwest, there are over 80 million people. And how many are these Fulani people? They are like, maybe 5 million people, the estimate. And so when you are crying marginalization, how does two major ethnic group cry marginalization from one minority group? It means there is some sophistication there, sophistication in thinking, sophistication in maneuvering political ventures. And this is something that they will have to wake up and do something about that. They have to wake up to that reality and think about how they have to circumvent this situation and circumvent it instead of crying about it. Because when you cry about something, it makes you weak, and nobody is going to give it to you. You have to find a way to move around it, you see. So all this cry about the Fulani is making everybody to hate each other, because at the end of the day, we are also moving around in different parts of Nigeria. There are Igbos, actually more Igbos in the north with valuable properties, with valuable businesses than Northerners in the southeast. And there are millions of Igbos in the southwest. So we stand so much to lose if we are going to be forced to be, confined within just the southeast. But people are not looking at it that way, because they are thinking, they have put so much hate in their hearts. They don't want to consider. They don't want to consider all the benefit that they have being in Nigeria, until they begin to feel form to go to Lagos and get visa to go to Lagos, and get visa to go to Maiduguri, and get visa to go to Kano, and get visa before you go to Jos. Is that what we really want? Do you think you're not going to have any need to go? Okay, maybe they will be thinking, yeah, it's going to be like the African Union community. But look at our people in Ghana. Look at what they are facing. They are facing the conditions of the country. Exactly. We have to have what we are expecting from the senators and from the representatives. So if the power you want to use to go and fight the federal government, use it to fight your representatives. And I think that if not because of this Biafra agitation that Wazurike started and Kanu took over from him, the concentration would have been on the governors. But while we are looking at all these people, the whole thing is going away. The schools are being destroyed. I've showed you guys the schools. in dilapidation, no hospitals. In fact, there's another video that this brother did, and you can see the hospital that they were having ambulance, that is keke ambulance. Is that what you are going to use to attend to your people in a war situation? Imagine, in a time that there is no war and you cannot even have health care, you are having a keke ambulance. Eh? Let me show you the keke ambulance. Look at keke ambulance. Have you seen? This is in a home of billionaires and millionaires. This is in a community. This is what they have as their ambulance. It's like a bike. This is the ambulance, and it's even dysfunctional. It's not functioning again.
But nobody was there.
And even the health center was locked when he went there.
With nothing.
Imagine, this is an ambulance.
So I know that they are health facility.
So
complain the too much.
There is the place is locked, nothing is there. You know, so yeah, like you said, they should be able to have a mechanism to hold the governors accountable. Yeah, thank you so much. You know, you wouldn't even believe it. Like, if not for social media, and when this video come, normally we have this kind of pictures. And again, you made a good point. For example, you look at the Northerners. In spite of the political control that they have, what do the people have to gain from it? Nothing. It's still the same suffering. No water, no like this. Even in spite of the political control that the elite have since forever, the people still don't have the basic amenities. This is why I feel that it is an illusion to allow yourself to be confused with social amenities and economic amenities and health amenities, to confuse it with political power and political control, because it's only elite few that will be in that political control, and they are going to always benefit. They are always okay. They are always safe. But you, an ordinary person, you want to have a good atmosphere, a good opportunity for business, a place to be taken care of for health, a place where your children can go to school safely, and all those kind of things. And there is nothing stopping them from providing those things right now. What is stopping them? And if there is anything stopping them, then you will be able to address it, because it's still within your region, it's still within your enclave, it's still where you have control, where you can be able to address it. But when you are leaving your enclave and you want to go to the federal government to go and combat the federal government, then you have lost everything. You've lost everything. I showed you guys the schools. Imagine schools. The schools that were built before the politicians came to power in 1999, they are all dilapidated. They didn't do anything. Just schools. They don't build anything, they didn't do anything. And everybody is taking the grievance onto the federal government. So it's some kind of distraction. What is going on? It's a distraction for the people not to focus on the people that actually have the resources, that have the capacity, that have been given the money for the things that they lack, for the education that they don't have, for the health that they don't have, for the roads that they're lacking. These are people that are siphoning the money. For example, Imo State, Anambra State, any state. For example, Imo State is even part of the Niger Delta. Abia State is part of the Niger Delta. Abia is steeping in filth. The same thing with the Igbo. The roads are getting dilapidated. People are the retrogression is much. People are suffering. And so you see, I showed you guys a video where an Anambra guy, it was in Indonesia, and they came to look for him, and he would rather jump out of the window instead of coming back. So, and you wonder, you say, but there is a lot of people, those people, they are progressive, they are doing well. It's because it is not getting home. So yeah, I understand that things are bad and people are suffering, but let's address the root cause of the problem. Because even if you change the constitution, it's still people that are going to run it and enforce it. So we need to see them enforcing the one that is also available now. Again, that is another thing because, for example, the Biafra project is actually non-existent right now because at the time during the first Biafra, you see that okay, even though it was not a complete agreement, but it was a collective thing because it was a region at the time, Eastern region. But right now, who are those interested in Biafra? Is majority Igbo. Who are those championing it? Majority Igbo. But somehow they want to drag along people that are not interested in it. People that are calling for Ijo land, Ibom land, rivers, people that are claiming their own separate identities. You can't force them to want what you want. And so you see the people that are agitating for this, they are Igbos. And my question is, why not agitate for Igbo land? Why not focus that energy on Igbo land, on Igbo people? There is such a thing as Igbo people. Why not focus your attention there and leave this Biafra thing out of? I mean, for me personally, I feel that Biafra is a part of our history. It's always going to be a part of our history, and we must continue to learn and understand what happened, and we must continue to teach what happened, and we must never allow something like that to repeat itself or zemena. You see. But some people actually have other ideas. But anyway, be that as it may, I think that both Nigeria and both Igbo people, both Biafran people, both the Eastern region, we need to learn from what has happened, and especially because of what is going on in the south, in the northeast. The war, the insurgency is still going on there. So we need to learn from what is going on there and see that nobody is going to come to our aid, especially right now that there is a pandemic. You see, nobody's going to come to our aid. So this is just what I wanted to say, although I've dragged on a little bit longer than I proposed, you know. Of course, the Ijaz are not interested in a Biafra right now. In fact, I've heard talks about Niger Delta Republic, and a lot of people think that maybe because one person, an individual or a group of people from this Ijaw that are talking about Biafra means, but there's not been any deliberate coalition, in the way you would expect that a region that wants to succeed, that they are having, maybe a bilateral agreement, a memorandum of understanding. There's nothing like that. So when you're even talking about this Biafra right now, there is no map of it. It's inexistent. So I believe that we can always learn about what happened, the history, what brought it all about, and it's going to be part of us because, the events that happened is something that we are still living with the consequences, you see. So I think that there is a place for that, to always have it and not allow it to fizzle away the way Nigeria is doing, to teach it in the school as proper history, so that everybody will know what happened the way they do in this country. They teach about the Nazis and what happened, and this is proper reconciliation. This is something that Nigeria should do, you see. And so that there can be real reconciliation, we stand to benefit from a united Nigeria, albeit maybe regional development, regional management, regional, yeah, regional control. But humans, it doesn't matter how you do it, there's always going to be a problem. Look at what is going on in Ethiopia. They have regional government. Each region can govern itself, has its own police and even, I think, regional army too. But then they still have the federal troop. So right now, you have the Tigrayan region trying to secede. You have the Oromia region trying to secede. And initially, Nigeria was also actually the British left us with regional government, and I think the unification was also done to avoid the breakaway. And the first. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, because what is prompting the separation is actually not enough reason, to give anybody a separate state. For example, the structures, the way you want to build the new nation is the same replication of what is already obtained in Nigeria. So what is the point? And then you have different enclaves within Biafra also. Within the southeast, you have different ethnicities. Like it's just another Nigeria. What is the sense in that? So is it not better to have a bigger place where you can have access to every other region? And if the southeast is stifling for you, for example, for people who are Osu, they can actually live in the southeast and live a good life in the north or in Lagos, and nobody will bother them because of being Osu. And if they decide not to marry from the Igbo clan, it will never come out in question to say, oh, you are Osu. They will just go on to live another life. But it's going to be difficult for them, for example. And also economically, you don't know how all these things go, and you don't know, for example, in Nigeria, because Nigeria is very big, it's very difficult for somebody to hold on to power for so long. But when you have smaller countries, it's very, very easy for somebody to hold on to power for years and years on ending. You see, so yeah, this is my thinking. This is my thinking. So my people, I think I've overstayed my time that I actually thought of saying what I wanted to say. Yeah, it was 51 years Biafra and Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Nigerians and Biafrans must learn from the mistakes and from the casualties and the carnage of that war, and make up their mind that something like that should never happen. A major carnage on African soil, on Igbo people, on Nigerian people, should never be something that we should conceive in our mind again. It is not going to benefit anybody, regardless of how romantic some people think it is. And yeah, I do a lot of my live videos on Facebook, so I don't know if I should be posting the live videos here. I'm a little bit undecided about that, because my intention is that we should stop these people who are pushing for this, romancing with this idea of war, to stop them on their tracks before they bring destruction on the people who are still living on the fringes and on the edges, because I feel that it is absolutely worthless and there is no good that can come out of it. Especially again, if you consider the fact that the people that are pushing for this are not there on the ground, are not going to be the ones that will suffer the immediate consequences of those actions that they are pushing the people onto, and they are not going to be the one to lose everything that they have worked and built for. I feel that it is very, very important to sensitize the people on ground, what is going on, and what is going to be in for them should they allow something like that to come upon them again for a second time. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Join me here and support this channel, and I will see you very soon when I upload another video. And yeah, before I forget, please, my people, COVID-19 is real. It's affecting a lot of people. A lot of people are falling sick, regardless of what you think about it, regardless of the politics, your religious beliefs. Please, my people, play safe, stay safe, and may God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.